What's going on, Leo? And welcome to my channel, Alchemist. Justin here, and I hope you're having an amazing week so far. So, for those of you who are returning, welcome back, Soul Tribe. I appreciate your subscriptions, your likes, and shares. Your support really is just amazing, Leo. And it keeps us growing. And for those of you who are new, welcome. I'm happy how yourself has brought you here. We are in for an amazing journey, and I hope you're enjoying the last little bit of your birthday season, Leo. It's been a lit one, and I hope you really have had really just been living it up. And for those of you who got a couple more days left, happy birthday. And just thank you for all the creativity that you bring to the world, Leo, and just bringing the light that you just being who you are. So I know I'm feeling all kind of sentimental there, Leo, but Oh, I was just like, what are we doing here? Let's see, this is what happens when I go off script. Because guess what's going down here, Leo? It is your general energy weekly spread. I just got done with the monthly video, so now I'm like kind of coming down from that. So it's just like shifting gears again. It's just like, and that's what happens when you start the whole thing off there, Leah. So lucky you. But with this weekly spread, whenever you have to come across this video, there may be some messages in here for you. And just so y'all aware, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one. So take what resonates with you, leave the rest with me, and never force a reading on a situation. Okay? So with all that being said, let's jump into it. Your space has been just so cleansed, Leo. I don't know why the emphasis. Crystals, feeling lovely. Just great energy all around here, Leo. So I'm going to pull a few oracle cards from this deck here, and then we will get some details with the tarot. Oh, but before we jump into this thing, look how efficient you are, Leo. Yeah. Okay. But before we jump into this thing, these readings that I do, they're not gender specific readings, so apply these energies to people as they make sense for your situations, okay? And then the decks that I'm working with, I've included links for them down in the description box below, so definitely check them out if you're interested. But also down below are some links for some other readers that are like watching Leo, so definitely check them out. I think you would really like them. But since you're so ready to jump into this energy already, let's see what your first card is here, Leo. Ooh, it looks like we're going fishing. I'm with it. I don't get this card that often, Leo. So you got the 9th card of Virgos here, which is Fish and Pole card. And with this card, this is a card of self-reliance, extended oneself, autonomy, monitoring others, poetry in motion, exploration, providing, connect with nature, accomplishment, reflection, self-improvement, and capable. And the energy that's coming through here, Leo, is the self-reliance. And that's very interesting because I feel that where it is nice to have that group, those people that you can count on and things. I feel like there's something like very just more kind of extra rewarding where you know that you got your back. You know what I mean? That in a tough spot that you can get things figured out. And maybe for some we've been in this state of maybe not as been like a full on like codependency, but maybe we've been kind of maybe really kind of leaning on others a little bit extra than maybe was intended, possibly. And now we've gotten to this sense of where we sort of have lost our kind of autonomy a little bit. We've been kind of working around someone else's routine, maybe, or something along those lines. And I feel there's an energy here of just getting in your type of groove and really kind of setting your type of pace here. I'm just picturing hang with me, Leo. I'm like even picturing just like this scene of you just kind of just going at it like just a saunter, just kind of walking around by a lake and just kind of taking in the vibes and just kind of really just sort of, I don't know, it's like interesting. It's like we're basking in the sun and just really kind of just enjoying this sense of freedom and this sense of just like, and again, it's not that we're just closing people off, but I feel like it's really just enjoying the resourcefulness that you have and just like enjoying your you time and things along those lines. Very, very interesting there, Leon. I feel like that's a nice way of wrapping up your birthday season. But let's get some tarot on this and get some more details. All right, let's see what's going on here. Oh, interesting. I like that. Okay. All right, Leo. So you have the small little reversal storm here, but most of that's cool because you have the Seven of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Devil in reverse here. And let's talk about the Devil. Because the Devil in reverse is a really kind of dope card here because this is like you getting this sense of control here. Because maybe for some, I almost feel like with the Knight of Swords, maybe we, and again, it's not that I feel like we've been afraid to maybe tackle challenges by ourselves, but I feel that, you know, like, it's just like I feel like we've almost kind of invested in that kind of like natural Leo charisma a little bit to, or that charm to kind of have others invest in you and like really kind of help you out, and you know, just to have that like them as your foundation, whereas opposed to we can invest in ourselves a little bit more here. I kind of feel like with the Seven of Pentacles and like the Hierophant kind of being here, and again, it's not like I'm not getting like a codependency vibe or anything like that, but it's just like just being more, it's like being just more kind of connected with yourself and more so like kind of doing things for just for you, you know, and not and like it just like that's it, you know what I mean, like let me get a little bit more with this with the Hierophant here. Thank you. Let's see what's going on here, Leo. Interesting. Alright, so the Hierophant is clarified by the Hanged Man in reverse, and then we have the Six of Pentacles and then the Seven of Cups here. And I feel like, Leo, that maybe for some, it's like maybe we were in this state of where we're doubting, like, our. It's like we're doubting what we're really capable here with the Seven of Swords, because or excuse me, with the Seven of Cups, because I feel that you have more skills, I feel, than you realize, and you're more resourceful, I feel like, than you may know this. And I feel like that maybe for some, with the Hanged Man being in reverse, that there is this, maybe for some there is this epiphany of that maybe we have been almost like, in a sense, almost like lost ourselves in a way. It's like there's been this energy of kind of giving and taking with others, and far as, and you know, and like a healthy, I feel like, kind of reciprocity here, but it's more so, it's just like now it's like an investing in ourselves and just kind of connecting with who we really are here. And you know, and it could possibly be, you know, like when I'm thinking about it, even though it is in reverse, maybe there is this state of maybe some we were maybe in a codependent type of thing, you know, and maybe there was this realization that something, because even the Seven of Cups can kind of get into sort of like toxic realms and things, you know. It's usually, or not usually, but that's one of my cards of or my card of like a prelude to a devil moment here. And so maybe we're just, and that's even something to think about too, you know, maybe we're at this place where it hasn't gotten to that point, because I'm not really feeling that, but it's just there is that okay, because there is that potential. I feel that if we keep going at this place that we're going, it's kind of like, I remember having a conversation with yeah, I remember having a conversation with my ex once, where he had thought that maybe I would be, it's like, well, do you just want to just kind of like stay at home and just sort of take care of the home space? I was just like, absolutely not, because here's what's going to happen. You know, heaven forbid something happens to you, then what have I been doing up until this time? How have I been investing in myself and my skills and things like that? And that's where I feel like this energy is kind of leading to, Leo. So all right, Leo. But yeah, just something to be mindful of there, okay? Because you have Yeah, you're more resourceful if you than you may think you are, but yeah, I'll leave that there. Interesting. Let's get another oracle on the mix. All right, thank you. All right, and then you got the fifth card of Pisces here, which is spilled milk card. And with this card, this is a card of regret. Accidents happen. Don't sweat the small stuff. Mistakes. Leave it in the past. It's over. Cannot be changed. Disappointed. Cleanup time. Let it go. And minor problems. And so, really, just the energy that's coming through is just really just the card in general here, Leo. And I feel that for some, it's just like maybe we've been, and just kind of piggybacking off this self reliance here, it's just like maybe we've been in this place of where we've been expecting kind of others to maybe kind of clean up our messes, just for some. And I feel like, again, we just want to be mindful of that because I feel like that was because I was just thinking while I was shuffling with the Hierophant. This is Taurus energy, and even the Devil is Capricorn energy. But more so with the Hierophant, there's what I'm getting with that is Taurus deals with security, and I feel that maybe for some it's just like maybe we don't feel confident in our capabilities to solve problems here. But with the Devil, Capricorn, you can achieve this stuff. Capricorn, they're the achievers of the zodiac. They're all about, even when the going gets tough, they're going to put in that work in order to get these things resolved here. And I feel that there's this need of maybe like maybe for some it's just like there's this push or something along those lines. And this could be where it's like maybe there was something in the past for some where it's just like we had gotten to this place where if you made a mistake or things there was like this chastising that may have happened, or maybe there was something where yeah, like that's sort of what I'm getting. It's just like that maybe we've been, and this could be maybe from a childhood type of thing. Maybe there's because the Capricorn, they're the fathers of the zodiac, and that's not necessarily it was a father figure per se, but I'm just getting maybe like a parental figure, or maybe someone that we looked up to who just like kind of maybe even like treat you like you can't even handle things or something along those lines, and maybe there's this energy of needing to be of being excuse me, more independent or something along those lines there, Leo. But let me get some tarot on this. Wow. All right, and we're gonna talk about that. That's interesting. All right, Leo. So before we get into that, you have all three of the earth signs here: Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. And I feel that with this is that maybe for some, I feel like that it's almost like I'm getting an energy of where it's like we just want to kind of focus on our own thing and not really deal with the material stuff, like deal with the problems and the messes and things that can happen in this realm. We want to more so deal with like because yours is a very creative sign. I get where we want to be in this place of just like just pure expression, and not to have to worry about all this other just frivolous sort of like everyday type of deal. I'm just kind of thinking with what Virgo deals with, kind of like that day-to-day stuff, because just thinking with the Hanged One, this is Neptune energy, and Neptune rules over Pisces, which is the opposite sign of Virgo. I know I'm making a whole where this whole puzzle is about to make sense. And the things that they can learn from themselves is Pisces, it's like where Virgo can learn to tap into that more intuitive side, that more creative side, and kind of get, detach a little bit from this material world. Pisces needs to attach to this world, so I'm bringing that spirituality to the physical here. And that's what I feel like is trying to happen. Maybe there's been there's a need to, like, I feel like reflect and to kind of and kind of see how we've been operating up into this point. But let me see, let's see what else you got here, because you got the Hermit upright here, and then we have the Page of Swords, and then the Seven of Wands in reverse here. And I feel like with the Seven of Wands, you know, maybe we've been, again, it's like I feel like it's for some, it's like we're maybe feeling like criticized or things along those lines. You know, maybe there's this, I don't know, it's like even for some, I almost, and take this as it resonates. And I know you hope you know, I'm not coming at you, Leo, but I almost even feel like for some that maybe there's this, even like this expectation that, like, of course you need to take care of this for me. You know, I'm the sun, you know, but I feel like that idea with the Page of Swords is not sustainable, Leo, because we all have our part to play in this realm, and we all need to do, there's a part that we need to do, and it can't just all be fun all of the time, you know. And I know that that can be tough, considering too that you're associated with the fifth house, which deals with creativity, fun, things along those lines, joy, and not all of the harder things that come with this journey. But you know, I feel like that those ideas and things, we got to be mindful of that, because that can get you into a really weird type of place here, and it's not really setting yourself up for success in the long run. So you know, it's one thing to just kind of do stuff for your birthday season. That's one thing. You know, I get that. Like, yeah, it's like I'm not trying to deal with all that. Y'all figure that out. But it's it's more so just the afterwards. You know, that there's, you know, it kind of stinks, but it's you know, it's things, and we may be kind of disappointed and stuff along those lines. But you know, it's something where, because I'm even kind of, I don't know, like I'm getting, even for some, it's like maybe again, like with this leave it in the past, it's just like maybe we even were just sort of like maybe spoiled or even coddled as growing up or things along those lines. And it's just that now there's this energy, things are just getting a little harsher, people are just expecting more of you, or just like what we think we're expecting a lot really is just more so the day-to-day thing. So you know, again, just take that as it resonates, Leo, you know. But just and I feel like too, you know, let's kind of shift gears a little bit, because I feel like with these problems and anything along those lines, you can solve this stuff, Leo. Whatever accidents and things, and I feel like it's not like, no matter what is going down, mistakes are going to be made, and you don't want to get to this place where we're sweating the small stuff. You leave it in the past, and you reflect on what you learned from this thing, and then we adapt from there. So all right, that's interesting there, Leo. But let's get your last card. Interesting. And you know what, Leo? Just even just kind of thinking about that too before we get into this. Let me not put this all on you. This could even be the reverse. Maybe this is something that maybe someone that we're dealing with, and it should be, you know, that we have to like clean up after all of them, and you know, we're just constantly getting the messes and doing the day-to-day things, and you know, they're off doing their own thing, but we don't have time to even do stuff for ourselves as well. So, and I feel like the one thing with that though, you know, it's if we've had this conversation, but they're still doing the same thing, and we're still encouraging this behavior by, you know, we may complain about it, but we still do it, that's not doing this person, you know, that you may be relating to, they're not doing them a service. So at some point it may be kind of harsh, but if they're not giving anything, then, you know, with the Six of Pentacles, then we need to set up a boundary. It's just like, you know what, you need to figure this out, because I don't have time to be doing all of this stuff all of the time. You know, where I got your back when you need it, you know, like we want to be, you know, be mindful of people like taking advantage of your generous energy and of your kindness and things along those lines. And people might feel some kind of way about that, and you know what, that's fine. But you still got, if you can feel all you want about it, there's still milk all over the place. So let's go ahead and figure that out. You know, we may need to put our foots down or something along those lines there, Leo. So that's another thing to think about there. I didn't mean to throw that all on you, but let's talk about this last card here, because you got the first card of Cancer, which is the Pearl card. And with this card, this is a card of emotional force, opening up, experiential wisdom, honesty, intuition, perception, loyalty, the moon, subconscious mind, hidden things, diving deep, layers, and developing character. And energy that's coming through here, Leo, is the honesty. And I feel like let's take it, because that feels even a little more so there's a word that's escaping me, but that feels a little more correct or something along those lines. But if this is something where we're dealing with someone like this, Leo, then we do need to be honest with them, like, and I feel like that eventually enough of this, you get enough spill, you get cleaning up enough milk, you're not the milkmaid. After a while, I feel like there's this epiphany that's going to happen with the Hanged One, where it's just like, you know what, I can't keep sacrificing things like this, something needs to change. We're seeing through the illusion, a new perspective is coming through. But I feel that it is expressing those feelings and being honest, even if it may hurt the other person at first. And of course, when we're shifting dynamics like that, yeah, that can be a little crappy, but it's going to be for the betterment of them as well as for you, because if we keep with this energy here, because it's like, maybe we're dealing with like an immature energy, just thinking with the Page of Swords here, or just like something along those lines. But it's that it may hurt at first, that the adjustment period may be a little weird, and who knows, maybe they're just like, well, you know what, Lee, I don't want to be bothered with you anymore. It's just like, okay. And I'm like, and listen, I don't mean to be glib, but it is one of those things where, well, now that's taking up milk off of your plate. Now you can focus back on you. And because I feel like when you're so consumed with someone else, that really does restrict your options. And so, just something to kind of reflect on there, Leo. But let's get some tarot on that. All right, Leo. All right, last little bit here. Yeah, man, another little reversal storm here. So you have the Justice card, the King of Cups, the Knight of Cups, and then the Five of Pentacles in reverse here. Let's switch back over, because this is a lot to deal with, Leo. And I feel that with kind of the Knight of Cups here and the King of Cups, I feel that we may have a lot of love maybe for this person, or again, however this is resonating for you. There may be a lot of people, or maybe a lot of love in this situation and things, but I feel that over time, if we keep indulging this behavior, then it's going to get you to this place where things are going to get in reverse, and this is taking away from you, and is going to lead to where things may potentially kind of blow up, and get out of proportion here. Because with the Justice card, things aren't in balance. I feel like when we get in this energy, it's all about, again, Six of Pentacles is that reciprocity. We're a team, and however this is looking like, this could be maybe with our children, this could be with our relationships, this could be with the familial, however they maybe even maybe we have like a roommate situation or something along those lines. But if we're not conveying those feelings, then nothing is going to get accomplished. It's just going to keep being a problem. And here's the thing too, it's like I was saying, if we keep letting the stuff go along, eventually, sure, they have their part to play too, but as the perpetrator, but you would be the enabler as well. And then it's just like, well, what happened, Leo? It was fine up until now. What changed, as opposed to just kind of nipping this in the bud straight out, when we started to see the signs there. And listen, if there isn't that understanding, like it's, I feel like with the justice, karma has a way of, and lessons have a way of coming around in different kind of ways. But I just I feel that there is a way, because maybe we're not sure too. I'm just even thinking because the Justice card is Libra energy, and it's just like maybe we're still trying to figure out what's a diplomatic way of going about this thing. That we're trying to keep the peace there, and Mars is going to be entering Libra soon. We're already kind of getting into that kind of shadow energy, but it's we just want to be mindful of just like letting others just kind of walk all over us and taking advantage of your kindness and things along those lines, and seeing the cause and effect, and if we don't notice a change, then we gotta something we gotta figure out there. But yeah, let me get a little more on this King of Cups before we get out of here. So the King of Cups is clarified by the Three of Swords upright and then the Nine of Swords in reverse here. And I feel like you got Nine of Swords. We got to express this stuff here because otherwise it's just going to maintain a nightmare. And listen, I get where having this conversation may be tough and it might lead to some hurt feelings. It might lead to some tough conversations, but it's going to help everyone in the long run here. And it'll get you out of this state of like being in a nightmare as well, or however this may be translating. So all right, I think I'm gonna leave that there, Leo. So yeah, just very interesting energy, little something to think about there. But if anything is resonating with you, give it a thumbs up. And share this, Leo, especially if you notice someone who's been, maybe their kindness is being taken advantage of, because you really are a very generous sign, Leo, being ruled by the sun and things. You do have so much that you're willing to give and that you can give, but that doesn't always mean that you have to give that all the time. So especially if it's not being reciprocated. So we just want to be mindful. Oh, I'm about to get back to your reading, but share that and tell them all these things, and then subscribe, hit that bell button, get notified when I release videos each week. And then last little bit, if you have any Cancer in your placements, you got this little Cancer card here, not that you need it, but if you have any Cancer in your placements, come on over to my other channel, The Chariot and Friends. I do videos Monday through Friday there. We discuss lunar shenanigans. It's a good old time. And all that housekeeping down in the description box below. But let me get your surprise cards here so I can get you out of here, Leo. Interesting. And you got the Two of Cups in reverse here, Leo. And so, again, if things aren't feeling harmonious, if things aren't, if there's not that balance, that the feelings aren't being returned, we've tried and tried and tried and tried again, then we need to establish some different kind of boundaries, and figure out, or maybe even remove ourselves from a situation altogether, however that might be looking. And again, I know that can be tough with the Three of Swords being here, but is it tougher than this nightmare that we might be going through with the Nine of Swords here, being all up in reverse, constantly just kind of not being in this sense of balance and not feeling that we can have someone to kind of help us out, because that's the thing too, Leo. What happens when you're in trouble? Can we, because this person's always expecting to clean your mess, and then if there's no one there for you, then you have their stuff on top of your stuff, and it's just going to keep compounding and compounding. You see where the story is going. So look at that. You even get two cards for this, Leo. Let's see what your oracle cards are. All right, so you got the Perception card upright, and then you got the Align card in reverse. And I feel that it's, if we notice things, that things aren't in alignment, that don't seem to be syncing up, just like, yo, how did I end up with all this mess? And that there's, and then other people just kind of roaming around scot-free here. It's just like, what do we do to change that, because I feel like it's one thing to have eyes on this thing, sure, you could probably handle it, it's not a big deal, it's whatever, but eventually it will become one. It always does over time, It's, you know, even the most patient person, I feel like, can be pushed to a point, especially, you know, if you're just dealing with with an energy that just always takes and takes and takes all the time. It's too much. And you know, that's too much for anyone to be expected to take on. So just something to think about there, Leo. But you stay safe out there dealing with these people, and you know, yeah, just you stay safe out there. Something to think about. And you know, once you kind of free up your time from this stuff, you raise your vibration through the roof. You know, do some healing, get yourself back in alignment. You know, get your energies back on track, and you get to manifesting your dreams and focusing on your goals and things. And I will catch you on the next one. Later.